Glad you're here, bro.
Appreciate that.
Like, that's a tremendous story that everybody knows. I didn't even know that.
Thank you.
I'm happy you're here.
Appreciate it.
For real.
Feel like.
I don't mean to piggyback on too much craziness, but I definitely got a story for you fellas. I'm gonna walk you through 4 different attempts I attempted to end my life. Okay. So the first attempt, kind of give you a little background. I'm a bastard child. Anybody know what that means? Anybody know what that means? I know they know anyway. All right, so a bastard child is when your father is married to another woman. He has you outside of the marriage. So I'm not even really supposed to be here. So I'm already a bastard child. He goes to prison before I'm conceived. I don't know how he look. I don't know who he is. I don't know his name. I know nothing about this man. Right? Age of 10, he gets out of prison. I finally see him. My mom introduced me to him. I'm like, yo, you look like me. Like, you straight look familiar. Whole time, that's my father. Now, I'm 10, so I already got grown man tendencies without him being there. So I'm trying to adapt with being a child and still trying to be who I am already, right? 6 months later, unfortunately, I'm gonna be completely transparent with you fellas because I want you to do the same with me. My father was killed and robbed for some drugs. Set up by his best friend, shot in the back of the head. So 6 months later, I just met this man. I'm excited. I can finally let my guard down and be a child. He's gone. Right? So now I'm dealing with trauma, dealing with anxiety on who to trust, what not to trust. Still haven't grieved with it, so I'm dealing with depression. Right? Which leads me to what I want to tell you all. At the age of 12, anybody ever made peanut butter jelly? Y'all made peanut butter jelly? Okay. Y'all know the little knives, like the little butter knives that y'all have? I was so silly. I tried to slit my wrist with that. It's not sharp at all. It's actually pretty dull. So me trying to slit my wrist, I had to put so much pressure into it. I had to put so much strength into it to slit my wrist, and I actually wound up doing it. It got too painful, so I stopped. Right? So that's the first attempt. But I don't want to talk to y'all about the second one. The second was when I'm in 8th grade. Ray can attest to this. I felt like I was a man in 8th grade in basketball. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I had the city on my back. Everybody knew my name. But I still felt like I was missing something. I didn't have nothing to really grab onto. Basketball became my identity instead of Keon having his own identity. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go to my mom's cabinet. I'm gonna grab all these pills. And to be honest with you, I only remember one pill that I took, and that was NyQuil. I grabbed it all, dumped it in the bucket, took it, drank some water, woke up 12 hours later like, it's the best sleep I ever had in my life. Without knowing, I really just tried to end my life. These next two is really important. It's really important because it really kind of sums up everything for you. My little brother is my world. I love him to life. I was on my way to his game. I just had a sense of depression, and I couldn't really move. I couldn't really have the urge to be alive. So I closed my eyes as I'm driving. And I'm swerving right, about to drive off the bridge. If it wasn't for somebody, a mom who had a soccer van, if it wasn't for her honking her horn to make sure her family's straight, I would have ended my life and ended her. And the last one, this is very important because it's more accessible to you all now than it was in the past. I live in St. Louis. I'm gonna be completely honest. I had a gun at a time. Live in St. Louis. I never had it on safety. So I always just had my head on swivel, never had on safety, had one cocked in the head. I'm just now leaving. This was when I was 22. I put it up to my head, closed my eyes, said, God, forgive me. Squeezed the trigger. By God's grace, it was on safety. So I'm saying all that to say that if it wasn't for me going through those things, I'm not saying that it was right. If it wasn't for me going through those things and allowing God to work in my life, I wouldn't be here to speak to you all. And that's what brings me to the power of perspective. So as going through that, I felt like I was victimizing myself. I was like, it's always happening to me. Why is it me? Me. Instead of flipping it to saying, what can I take from it? What can I learn from it? How can I make this better for me? Right? I allowed basketball to be my identity for so long. I didn't know who I was. So if I had a bad game, if I wasn't the player I desired to be, if I even couldn't play a game, I couldn't function. I couldn't breathe. Like I literally couldn't. So I didn't know how to proceed with life. And once it got stripped away from me, I had to figure it out because I had people looking up to me. Right? So I want, if anything I can leave you all with, I want you to understand that basketball is not your identity. It's something that you do. And allow it to be a tool to get you to wherever you want to be in life. Don't allow it to use you, because it will it will ball you up and spit you out, and I'm pretty sure these people on this panel can tell you that from their own experience. And the last thing I'm going to say before I hand it off, I don't want to get too far in because I could go on for hours. I said this to Ray. I said vulnerability is profitability. Who got a favorite artist in here? Like, who your favorite artist? Somebody talk to me. Huh? Kanye? Okay. Controversial.
Who y'all listen to? Y'all make sure. Y'all, of course,
I can guess all of their favorite artists. Young Boy.
But let me tell you.
You made a face. Who you listen to?
Drake.
Okay.
Drake, okay. Drake and Young Boy, let me tell you why they so profitable. Because they're vulnerable. YB has your generation in a chokehold because he's being as vulnerable as possible when he's around your age. So you feel as if no matter if that's your reality, that's something that you can relate to. And that's why he's so profitable. So figure out what that is that you can do in your own life that you need to be vulnerable in. I'm not saying you got to open up and just you feel me? Like that's not you, don't do it, okay? But I'm letting you all know being vulnerable can get you to better places in life. That's where I am today. Appreciate you, fellas.